When we go into a situation like this, we quickly assess, the big picture stuff. What kills you, what got you into trouble, what are some of the assets you have, and what are the first few steps to stabilize, and then what are the build-up beyond that.
You led Sybase's reinvention strategy, and you've talked about the importance of partnerships and the great partnerships you have with your carriers. And I just want to ask you about your turnaround strategy and your outlook for BlackBerry.
Okay. Well, the turnaround strategy is actually relatively simple. I think there are a few things about BlackBerry everybody loves. We talked a little bit about that earlier. I mean, security is one of them, productivity is one of them, communications, and BBM is part of communications, and collaboration is one of them. And then you segment where most of our businesses are. Our businesses are in enterprise. 80% of my business are in enterprise. And yes, it is in partnership with the carrier. Yes, with partnership with distributors, but it's in enterprise. So I think it's important for us to go back to that roots and to make sure that the enterprise like us, do business with us, and we can serve them well. Along those 10 poles I spoke about, with security and collaboration and so forth. So this is our number one thing. In the next 18, 24 months, that's going to be our intense focus on that. The results are we expect to be able to turn our company around financially, to be able to make profit, have good profits at the, maybe at the tail end of my 2 years, but and be cash flow positive. But you should be able to see progressive, good financial progress results. So I'm very hopeful that we could do that. Now, it was a question whether we could make it great again, and I have very little doubt personally. Of course, I have to do it that way because that's why I get up every morning. But I have very little doubt that we could turn the company around. I think it's turning already. Lots of tough things to be done. I wouldn't, try to fool myself on that. But on the other hand, it is turning. I could feel it. I have the strategy, got a team. People are getting excited in the company. Things are starting to turn. This takes a long time to turn a big ship, and we will do that. The question is, after we turn the big ship, is there another way cool idea for this to become iconic, in a very big way? It's possible.
How does a company like BlackBerry sort of navigate that road between security and privacy?
So, first of all, we are on both security and privacy. If you use BlackBerry BBM, it's a pin-to-a-pin communication. And everybody has their unique pin. And it's like an 8-digit random number. But it was actually generated randomly with some algorithm behind. I'm not going to review that. But every one of us is unique. So, but even if somebody eavesdrop on us, okay, our profile and identities are actually not evident, so it's hidden somewhere. The second thing, and we don't have a pin lookup. BlackBerry doesn't say, "Oh, I know, Eileen's this and all," and it's not. The second thing, unless you share your pin, I mean, of course, that's the difference. The second thing is. Security is built into everything we have, from both all the devices itself. We encrypted everything, and to all the way to the firewall and to and the network operating center. So we have the most secure network, period, anywhere else in the world on doing messaging.
What are the factors that are important to a great turnaround team?
Being able to voice your opinion constructively. Being able to get together and look each other in the eye and tell each other the uncomfortable things, deal with the problems, but put the ego away. And then we deal with facts, we leave the room, and we all go do it.
So tell me a little bit about your outlook for messaging.
When I think about BBM, we have a lot of great, like about 90 million users, 85 million, I think the last we counted MAU, monthly active users. And they use it for a very long time because it's a more professional base, a richer content experience, and it's also very secure. I think this is something that BlackBerry is very unique, and it's already well known around the world. And I could bring it to the enterprise, go to the government, I could bring it to consumers.
I have to ask
yes.
about wearables, about apps. I mean, these are all, I understand that you have your focus right now, but I'm curious, are those things that interest you for down the road?
Yes. Notice what I said. The 18 to 24 months, we have to stay focused on the enterprise and stay focused on our install base. I didn't say anything beyond the 24 months. Absolutely, I think there's one good thing about BlackBerry that really attracted me, and this is, I think the BBM it could be a huge thing. But the more important thing is I think the whole idea of machine to machine. What BlackBerry does in security and collaboration, what I didn't say is phones. It's really devices, and device could be literally your washing machine, okay? Connected cars. If you go to the show nowadays with CES and Mobile World Congress, you see a lot of examples of machine to machine, like the connected cars. You have the connected homes in the future. All our individuals' lifestyle changed. Wearable is just one blip on the big horizon, right? So I am very excited that when we're well enough, I really want to tackle the machine to machine in a very, very big way.
Your final thoughts on innovation, something that we haven't touched on that you might want to share with us on innovation.
I am looking for some cool stuff, either for our phones or our enterprise servers or our BBMs or our QNX, and these are ideas, I get a lot of ideas from here. But back to the innovation. Innovation is about trying new things and not afraid to fail.
You just lit up when you were talking about cool stuff with BlackBerry, and I know we don't want to give away any secrets, but I'm just curious, I guess maybe you can just define cool stuff in the past or things that you think are game changers in the tech industry, and that way we'll have a sense, a little teaser for what's to come.
People always ask me, what is the best, most inventive software that I ever seen? I told people the Atari Pong game. Now, itself tells you the possibility. Although today you look at that and say, what is that, right? I mean, you move a paddle and then this thing goes up and down a black and white screen. But think about what happened after that. Think about where we are today. And so I think these are the cool stuff. I mean, anyway, there are the innovation and there are the evolutionary stuff. And hoping one day we could do that. RIM started with pager. And how, at that time, that was really cool. That was not even cool. It's a lifestyle way, right? This is you're an important person if you wear a pager. Only doctors wear pagers in the emergency running around the hospital. This is very cool. I mean, and that's where everybody wants that pager, and then everybody wants a phone, and But anyway, stay tuned.